Hey everybody! It's just hell around here. That's what I told her. I said, "You want a
Soapy
job in
hell.
soap hell?" Anyway,
I'm going back to my chores.
oh, this is Micah, and Micah is on what is it when you're on tester? She's on a trial run to see if she can tolerate soap hell. Because so far we've had one quit to go to college, one sneak out the back door unbeknownst, and the other one started having seizures. So that's good for you, though. Yeah. Yeah. And how are you tolerating soap hell so far?
It's pretty good. It's a lot different from the jobs that I've had before, but I like it.
We're going to see how she can fare. This has been an unusual day, but yet it's been one of our hardcore days. But then
It's soapy hell day.
it's just soapy hell around here because it's, we have a cosmetic kitchen. Everything has to be kept spotless. Everything has to be done sanitary. And I'm like this, little whip. There's grease in this pot. So anyway,
You was more tolerant than me. I was always putting stuff back in the sink.
this one here, Bridget Shea, she
I
don't.
eat out of them dishes too.
You should put dishes in there when I was supposed to be washing something for you, so that's why I got a little sidetracked.
Yeah,
there.
it was something that who knows who had washed, and the bottom of them you could see the grease.
I've got to turn you over here. Come on here. Tell them all about it,
Yeah,
girl.
like it was some that somebody had washed and then dried and then put over here in the shelf, and I lifted up and there's grease adhered to the bottom, which then means it's inside the inside of the one that was underneath it. So disgusting.
But she didn't actually decide to wash it. She decided to
I
throw
just
it in her
found it.
wash water.
She was washing already. She was washing. I had other chores. She was
She's been
washing.
doing really good. She's put up with us well. We'll see if she has the bravery to come back.
I will.
All right. So now I've got to tell you all about this thing that happened.
Would you like me to go back over to my chores?
Isn't she polite? And we're fixing to pull something out of the freezer. Now, I want to tell you, there's been some crazy things happening around here. We've got some wild stories to tell. Some of them's pretty freaking scary. I'm going to tell you, we didn't even open up yesterday. But on a happy note, no sugar added gummies.
And they're gummies.
And they're good. I'm so excited. Look, my first little nestled batch. And let's go see. I don't put CBD in them now until I decide I've done a good job. The first CBD no sugar added sweet and sour gummies are coming out of the freezer.
Oh, I want to try.
Hang on.
Sweet and sour. That's just up Bridget's alley. Alley.
Are y'all as excited as I am? I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Now, these are not going out for sale. I'm not going to wear gloves. We're all going to just gorge on them when you're not looking later. And so I'm not wearing gloves. Normally, it's very sanitary. We wear gloves, but we're just having fun. And these here are not going to be sold. We're just going to enjoy these and the pain relief that they bring. I just did a half batch. It's just a small batch. And it's just enough for us to enjoy. So anyway, so these are lemon, no sugar added, sweet and sour gummies. Now, some people take an extra step to remove the little cloudy background, but I don't know, I like it.
It gives a character.
It gives it character, that's right.
Don't encourage her.
Okay. I was just making sure that little sound sometimes means I have an intruder in my house. Of course, it's usually a bird squawking outside. But anyway, so these are the first ones. Hey, Bridget, are you going to come and try them for me with me for the first time? Micah, do you want to try them also for the first time?
Sour stuff, so you just pour that over.
So I know you all saw me just about just about lose my ability to breathe when I tried my first sweet and sour gummies on the last video.
I thoroughly enjoyed that one.
Did you? Did
I
you?
had the puckers though. It was
Oh,
good.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love sour stuff.
Do you want to be the first one?
Oh yes, I want to be the first one.
Hang on, we got to
It's
get
got a
Mike.
good thickness.
We got to
like-
get Mike on one.
I love sour stuff though.
Would you
I have a
be in the
history
frame?
with sour.
Yeah. You got to be in the frame. We got to see if
Yeah.
your mouth clenches up into horrible facey sounds, or if you go, "Oh my God, that's so good."
That's really good.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the sweet and sour nature of it?
It's sweet at first, and then the sour, it starts popping out at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's definitely sour.
Delicious.
I like that though. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
me and Philip, when we were little, we would get those containers of Shock Tarts, you know, and poke them in our mouth to see who could hold the most. You remember that? At the grocery store at Walmart? Yeah. Yeah, we'd have challenges. Who could hold the most? So, Bridget and Sour, we get along like peas and
Now,
carrots.
let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So let me do the math.
I want another one. Have another one?
Yeah, you can have another one. Get her another one. She probably needs it after all we put her through.
My back does hurt just a little bit. Thank you.
All right,
I
let's
like the
see.
shape of these a lot too. It's really
There's my
cute.
calculator.
Yeah, they have nice tongue, what it is, texture. They have nice texture.
Yeah, the texture is really good.
So these are about 15 milligram gummies. They're technically a little bit more than that, but it's better to under than over. Because the residue, stays in containers and whatnot.
I have a weird thing about like texture in food, and these are actually really good textured.
What you reading?
The lady, she says she's never used CBD, but she used it at work
Mm-hmm.
on dogs.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I use CBD for mine when they have boo-boos.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
That's really good. Does CBD help with like seizures in dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
My mom has a friend / coworker whose dog has seizures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should probably tell her about that.
We have people that come in all the time to get CBD for their dogs.
Yeah.
That's sour, all right.
Yeah, look at that. I love them though. It was great.
The sourest thing I ever eat are like the Sour Patch watermelons, and those aren't sour at all.
No, I down those by the handful.
Did we overdo
Wait,
it?
wait. Where is that? Where's my purse? I've got some of the original sour batch
That,
left.
that's okay. We're not
come
going to inflict her in
on.
any other fashion.
Come
Look at her.
on.
She was just ready to just inflict it. She was going to inflict sour pain on my training employee.
I rinsed them off and coated them in sugar. They're very good now. They're very tart and
They're,
sweet.
um,
All kinds of yumminess. I
They're
made my own special recipe.
they're not as sour as some things that I put in my mouth, like Zots.
Oh,
I
yeah.
nearly died eating one of those for the first
Zot?
time.
Zot.
Those are like really old.
I like lemon drops
I
and
like lemon drops too.
and the sour ones.
I can't.
It's lemon heads. That's it. Lemon heads.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that was 30 milligrams roughly of CBD that you just encountered.
Whoa.
So let me know if your back quits hurting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go get back
Yes.
to my chairs.
Yeah. Back to work. Back to work.
And
Playing for us.
all right. So, so what we do is we've got this wonderful little plate, and we put there's more than this plate, and we put our batches on. These are our control subjects, and we put, if we sprinkle something on it, we put what we sprinkle on them, so that we can know long term how they fare up. This was my first low sugar gummy, and all that jazz, and then organic sugar, stevia, cane sugar, all these different things, and different things happen with everything. So we just keep doing the batches until we decide that we've got perfection.
That one was pretty close.
That was heaven, Bridget. Wasn't that one heaven?
Was.
Do you think it could have a touch more of a sweet before the sour hit you? The one over there, Micah, she's going,
I think it was perfect.
Anyway,
But I love
luckily
sour
with this
pie.
recipe, just one small component makes them tart. And so it's very easy to use this recipe, tart or untart. And what we're doing, for those of you who are unawares, is we are making these different recipes. We're also working on a vegan recipe. I've got a low sugar recipe. Now I have perfected the no sugar added. And, put that in the wrong bucket. And of course, these are wonderful little hemp leaves. And so anyway, and that is because we have CBD gummy class coming up. If you would like to be a part of our gummies class, we was supposed to have it actually last week, or was it this week? I think it was last week. And, or was it yesterday? No, whenever it was, we were supposed to have it. We didn't. And the reason that we didn't is, one, we found out that we had vegans. And we had diabetics. And I just wasn't thinking. I perfected a really nice sugar recipe for gummies. And then I discovered when it was time to send out the kit, because everybody gets a kit. Now you pay extra if you want the CBD, but everybody gets one gummy kit. And you do have to buy your own little doodads here. Your molds. Check out your Walmart for candy molds. You want 100% silicone.
And the seasonal section, sometimes you find.
Yeah, sometimes the seasonal section has them. Sometimes you can get them at the Dollar Tree and the Dollar General. But it's just
If you live near an IKEA, IKEA has them for really cheap.
IKEA. I don't even know what IKEA is.
It's
I mean, it sounds like a car.
It's a furniture, kind of like a Target thing.
It's a huge. You get lost in there. Is what it is.
It's
Anyway.
like a Target, but better.
Anyway, so now we have a batch of wonderful 15 milligram gummies. And these are, she got hers on Amazon. I actually got mine on one of our soap supply websites that we've got here on like the Facebook one for buying soap supplies and scraps left over. And so I think I bought like 30 of those things. I don't know. I've got a lot of them. I'm not sure how many I got, but anyway. And so now I wanted to tell you that you have to take the CBD intro class first, because I need to teach you everything about the CBD that I know, and so that when we're doing the classes, you don't pay as much for each individual class, because I'm not having to teach that every class, even though many of you will have already seen it and done it and heard it because like the people that took the gummy class, you would get it then, and then when we did the CBD bath bombs, boom, you'd have to get it again. So you do the intro class first. It's available now. You can go in and pay for it. If you're a club member, you get it for $10 cheaper. Club membership is only $5 a month. Plus, you can get the gummy class for, it's cheaper. Anyway, I can't remember. Maybe it's only $5 cheaper, but I can't remember for sure. Anyway, so because there's a kit that's being mailed out to you, so there's a lot of fees, a lot of things that's going to be taken out of that membership that goes to you. But anyway, and so the intro class is available, and you can send a message out to Hillary if you like, to ask her about it, or you can just go on the www.soapykisses.com and pay for it, and then you're ready to take all of our CBD classes coming up. Let me make sure I got this right. She keeps me up. Okay, so the CBD intro class is available. The tincture class is also available. This month, our free class, if you're a club member, you get a free class every month. We did the tincture class. We took the tinctures and made soap out of them. Do we have, oh, here they are. So here is our soaps from those. And then next month, we're going to make lotion with our tinctures. So the tincture class is available. The CBD gummies is available. There is... And remember to send your receipt and fill out the form, because we have some people who are members who have never filled out their form, who have never got on the member page. So therefore, they did not get their free class this month because they haven't filled out that form. And I just feel horrible about it. But oftentimes when you pay, we immediately will send an email out to the email address of your PayPal. But people aren't answering them, those emails. They're not checking those emails. Or they're being sent to their spam folder. I don't know. And then sometimes it's their husband's email or their business email that other people check and don't tell them about it. And oftentimes it's a business name, not a personal name, so we can't even find them on Facebook. And so we finally just gave up with that, trying to hunt you down. And so what we do is we just sit and pray and hope that you'll fill out the form, and we can then get you on the class page, and you get all the special freebies and the discounts and all that wonderful stuff. So we're fixing to do CBD bath bombs. And we had a little small disaster, and that was, try as we might, these two wouldn't let go of their shell. I did discover what I did wrong, but I thought that those made wonderful opportunities, and we tried all kinds of tricks to see what they do, because I figured when we put it in water, it'll come out, right? So I thought that we might see how our recipe is faring. How old are these, Bridget? Me and Holly made them the last day she worked.
Oh, that would have been
Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, today's Friday. So that's how old these are. So I figure it's going to be a little bit different because we're putting it in there and it's got that shell on it. But I figure the shell, oh no, that shell's not coming off of there. It's just going to hold it down. Ah! And it says, forget you. It loves that shell. It is not about. But oh my God, the water is so wonderful. And it is just a light purpley color.
Jasper
And
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Jasper thoroughly enjoyed the purple.
Yep, he did.
Now it's starting to come out of the, let's see if it will. I mean, it loves that ring. It's adhered to that. Look at that. It still will not come out of that thing. I don't know. I think I know what I did wrong. Micah, would you bring me a dry blue towel, please, quickly? I'm wet. But as you can see, it's still going. It's going to be, and it's got a really nice creaminess to the bath water that's floating up on top. I'm really proud of that. It
They
seems.
do dissolve pretty fast, though.
Huh?
They do dissolve kind of
Yes,
fast.
but when you got them, they were much younger. They have to
Yeah.
dry out before they stop going so quickly. Come look at this, guys. Come look. Come look.
It's a really pretty lavender.
Yes, it's really pretty. It's really swirling nice.
Yeah.
And it's still going, but look at that. Did you get that kind of effect when you did it?
Yeah, it bubbled and
Look at this.
foamed. It was a lot bigger spread out though, because
Well, yeah, it was in a tub.
That's really pretty. Is it still adhered to the cup?
Out there and call him
I can call
and
it.
talk to him because I told him I'm doing go live. Look at there. Look at this, guys.
Really
There,
pretty.
finally, it let go of the cup. Now, look at it. It's just going to town again.
That water gets really hot. Like I think I might have.
Make sure, we've never had anybody say that water gets really, really hot, so that means you're not putting the stream strong enough when you get your hands in there to cool it down.
Okay.
Okay? I've never had anybody say that water got too hot. I've only had people come. Yeah, well, that could be the case, but I think just add a touch more water to it, and it'll because you know how I told you it runs through there. So the more goes through there at one time, the cooler the water is. So that looks like a really fun. It's still over here going. So I think we did good with that, and we put our wish beans in here. These are wish bean, and so you can plant them afterwards. Or you can make a wish and then under the rays of a wish, and then under the rays of moonlight, you can throw them in a stream, along with as you cast your wish. These are wish beans, and so there's several different videos on how to raise faba beans plants. But in any case, These do seem to be quite handily wonderful. I'm quite happy with them. And we're going to put CBD in them next, now that we believe that we have perfected this particular recipe. And we're quite happy with them, and our customers are just loving them. We've made Minions and Gym ones and Wish Bean ones, and we're just testing them out. Everybody gets to take them home and tell how they react in their tub, how they liked them with their skin. Let's see. Oh, those smell so awesome. Oh, I think this one here is peppermint and vanilla. Oh my God, that's awesome. That is just awesome. And so we're letting these things, oh, look at this. Let's see. Now we'll get that one out of its case. Oh, now it's all pretty. Uh-oh, I lost one of them. There's my other wish bag. All right, so Micah,
Yes, ma'am.
can I hand these to you and you work on washing those? I don't want them washed in the same water with greasy stuff because I never want a greasy layer or coating to ever get on them.
Yes, ma'am. Those smell really good. Are you selling any of these?
Yeah, they're out front. Yeah, they're out front. That one there is peppermint and vanilla.
Do you have any that smell like lavender?
Yeah, there's some that's lavender and lemongrass,
Ooh.
and there's some that's peppermint and vanilla, and then honey. Oh gosh, honey and something. Honey and jasmine. And let me think. Let me think. I'm trying to remember. There's one more other scent. Anyway, I'll show them to you.
Okay.
All right, and they're all like $2 a piece, I think, except for the gem ones. They're $3.99 because of the gem.
Yeah,
It's
is that a necklace?
it is. It's a heart necklace pendant.
That's really pretty.
So that's why those are a little higher. Anyway, so I promised you a story. At least I got on before I come here. Every time I do a YouTube video, I go to the inner sanctum first, which is where our club members are, and I sort of give them highlights, and I sometimes tell them a few things y'all don't hear about. Anyway, but I decided to tell this story because it is a part of the saga of CBD and marijuana and hemp that is happening to people all across America. And there's been people arrested and living in fear. There's people been turned into criminals that have never committed a crime in their life. And I think that this story should be told. So many of you may have heard this part already. So the hemp flower itself, it has the acceptable amount of THC in it, the 0.3 or less, or is it 0.03? 0.03 or less. And it smells and appears very similar to marijuana. And it has been descheduled, hemp was. So that means that all across the country, of course, many states are fighting over it, but all across the country, like there was a lady that was arrested at Disney World for her CBD. I mean, they destroyed her vacation, put her in jail for 2 days, and finally decided to drop the charges because she didn't have her CBD prescription with her. But that's for the one that has THC in it in Florida, not for the regular kind that you buy everywhere. So, of course, they had to drop the charges. And but can you imagine at Disney World? At freaking Disney World, she got arrested for CBD. And then, there's the store owners that are being arrested. In Trenton, Georgia, they came in, broke up a lot of the store, thought they were selling marijuana, arrested everybody, then had to apologize and give their product back and say they'll pay for everything. I hope they did. And of course, we had the Candy Crush that occurred up in Tennessee, where a county thought that they had a marijuana ring, and they were going and buying these gummies, thinking that they were buying marijuana and that they would make them high if they ate them, and they sent them off to the lab, and the lab just sent them back and said it was Schedule 1. They didn't say nothing else. Like, it's hemp, and there's a 2014 farm bill, and many people have got kicked off of Etsy, and I never say that right, or kicked off of PayPal. One man had who leaves $40,000 in their PayPal account? But anyway, PayPal stole his $40,000, nearly made him go bankrupt because he was selling CBD vape kits. So you would get your CBD and your vape juice and everything you needed to make it as strong or as weak as you wanted, and and whatnot. And so anyway, and so but and like in many Shopify, they'll kick you off if you use their standard pay method. PayPal talks about it all, on PayPal. But now that the 2018 Farm Bill has passed, everybody's loosening up a lot. But just recently, my advertising account was closed on Facebook because they kept pushing. I had this ad for the hempettes on my page, and every time I opened up my Facebook, do this ad, we just love it, we'll charge you money, we'll send it to everybody, boom, and then they'd show you like one where they worked out a digital video, you could do this one if you like. And months went by and they just kept doing it and kept doing it. So I thought, well, maybe Facebook has calmed down now about the hemp, and it'll be okay if I advertise it, because my Lord, they're pushing it so hard. So I said, okay. So I said, advertise. 2 days later, I had no advertising account. They say that I can call them. I can do this thing, jump in their hoops and their tricks, and they might give it back to me, but I just haven't fooled with it. So anyway, and for uncharacteristic behavior, that's what they said I did. Anyway, and so now let's discuss this. So I went to the sheriff's office and I said, I want to start selling the hemp flower. They're selling it in Gadsden. They're selling it in Birmingham. Hemp is not legal. I said, yes. In the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp was made legal. And the sheriff said, it was not. And I was like, yes, it was. He said, we just got a memorandum that CBD oil was okay. I said, yeah. I said, that's because hemp was descheduled. I said, now it's legal. You can buy it. And there's going to be people growing it here in Alabama. Well, that was very disturbing. You could tell he was just very upset about that. And then I was like, I'm sorry. I said, but it really is legal and I want to start selling it. So basically they threatened me, and they said that they was basically going to lock me up for 18 months until they could test it and prove that it wasn't marijuana, and throw away the key basically was the story. And so I was scared. So, and I've never done anything wrong. I've never been in trouble. I've never had a record. So I just said, forget this. So then the vapor stores started selling it here in my city. So I said, well, it must have been sorted out. So I said, well, we'll just, it must be okay now. So I started selling it. And I've had several people that literally came in and said that they worked for the sheriff, or they were on color code or whatever, and that they wanted to buy the hemp flower. So I really figured that some of them were buying it so they could take it to the sheriff's office and test it. So for the ones that looked fishy, I'd even go get my paper that said it was legal, with the lab test that I got with the hemp, and say, here, put the jar on this and take this picture when you take this, because you're on color code and I don't want you to get in trouble with them thinking that you have an illegal product. And I said, so take a picture of the lab results. I can't give you a copy because it says right here that I can't make multiple copies of this. And they're like, okay, so off they go. So, but I'd been, I was naturally fearful. And literally we were just on pins and needles every day wondering, when we were going to be arrested, or if we were going to be arrested. So yesterday I jump out of the shower. I'm completely nude. And we've got this new thing. So we set up like all of these big racks all on one side of this big utility room that we turned a bedroom into a utility room. So all of our blue jeans and shirts and underwear and socks and all that stuff is in there. So we'll just jump in the shower and come right out and go across over there. We can get what we want. And then our nice dress wear and stuff is hanging up in the closet. So I'm going in there to get my underwear, and I see that the washer and the dryer's not been sorted, so I put things in the dryer, turn it on, and I put things in the washing machine, turn them on, and I'm just about to turn to go and get something off the shelf when I hear bam, bam on the door. And nobody said, this is the police, okay? Nobody said that. And the window has a shade on it, and it's low. So I went, and I looked out, and I saw a short Spanish gentleman, and he was of the Indian type Spanish, so he had the longer face, and not the curlier hair, but the flatter hair, and with the long face, and he was wearing what I saw as street clothes, not as a uniform, and he had the black bulletproof vest on. And so I thought police. I never thought nothing. Bulletproof vest, cop. And I remember thinking there was some kind of little insignia right here, but I couldn't see what it was, and it wasn't really big or bold. It wasn't like out there, And I remember thinking, oh crap, I gotta go get some clothes on. I got cops at my door. I gotta go let them in. And so I go flying back to the utility room, and I grab a house dress and throw it on, and I run back. There's nobody there. They're gone. And I'm thinking, that's weird. But maybe they thought nobody was home, and now they're heading to the store to arrest me. And I thought, oh gosh, Bridget's supposed to open today. I can't let Bridget get arrested for at my store. She's my daughter. My grandkids will be pulled by DHR. And I'm thinking, and here I am selling a legal product, but all this is going through my head as if I'm a criminal. And so I'm thinking, oh my God. So I send messages not knowing what's happening next, not knowing if they've just went down the road to get the whole, kit and caboodle because the dryer was on, because they figure that somebody is home and they're just going to get reinforcements and I'm fixing to be overrun by cops. I send a message to my poor son in Florida. He said that he sat there at the breakfast table just shaking. He was like, what is up? And nothing came back because all I did was go, cop at my house. To my daughter, cops at my house. To my husband, cops at my house, get your ass home now. And I was just like totally freaking out. And I was just sitting in the floor, just shaking. And I thought to myself, okay, take a deep breath. What do I need to do? So, because I thought that it was narcotics, undercover cops, because it was just this older 80s yellow car, but it was really shiny. It didn't have any implements on it and no lights on top. And, it's just also fast, I thought to myself, well, I need to get Bridget to come here, and I need her to stop by the store and get the stuff for the CBD classes that is legal, because they'll probably take it. And that is actually legal, and then I'll have to wait a month to get it back, and it's like $1,400 worth of stuff, and then I can't have CBD classes, and I just need to talk to Bridget, and it's been like an hour, and nobody showed up, and Steve is there, and he's just like, oh, anyway, and I'm still just shaking, and so Bridget comes, and we're just all sitting in the house, thinking, do we call anybody? What do we do? We don't know. So Steve decides to call the sheriff's office. So he calls the sheriff's office and he says, is anybody wanted at this address? They check it and they're like, no. And we're like, okay. And he says, well, let me tell you what happened. So he describes it, the guys, and how he was straightening his vest. I don't know if he had on a gun belt. Seems like my head tells me he did, but I can't really be for sure. It could have just been the vest. And everything, and they're like, well, the city does not come out unmarked like that. And it would say police across their vest, even if they were in plain clothes, but they don't do plain clothes like that. So it's got to be the drug task force, or it's got to be the marshals, or it's got to be bail bondsmen, or what was the other one? Bounty hunters. So, and so all that did was make me scared, because, and I'm like, we're just waiting for, the house to be surrounded. So anyway, so we said, okay, so we said, all right. Sitting here is not going to do us any good. I've done had a shot, maybe two. I'm just trying to quit shaking, you know, and we decided to go get some Mexican, right? That'll make it all better. So we go get some Mexican, and we just keep throwing this around. So the sheriff's office says it can't be the city, so we don't mess with them. And it's definitely not them, because they are not looking for anybody here. So they say it could be bail bondsmen, it could be bounty hunters, and it could be the narcotics officers or marshals. Yes, positive energy. So anyway, so I say, okay, all right. So we waited, nothing happened. All right. So Bridget, she went home, and we just all said, okay. I was up and down all night, because they say that, you know, a lot of times you get raided at night because people are asleep and less aware. And so all night I was waiting for the narcotics cops to surround the building. And, but nothing happened. And so this morning I said, okay, nothing's happened. I've got to start calling people. So we did, you know, have a person living at the house that was a half relative of Steve's. It was, well, it's not relative of his at all. It was his ex-wife's daughter, but not kin to him, that was doing all that bad stuff and getting in trouble. And we knew she had been in trouble with the law a lot, and a lot of it was drugs. So I said, okay, they said it was possibly bail bondsmen and or bounty hunters. So the first thing I did, yeah, it could be the daughter. So that's what we said. Okay, so this morning I got on the phone and I started calling every bail bondsman in Gadsden. And I know you're not going to believe this, but you should. Every one of them knew who she was. And none of them was looking for her. Not one. And I was like, okay, let me call I'm holding the seat with white knuckle, you know, let me call the drug task force. So I call the drug task force, and I have on my very professional voice, and I'm like, hello. My name is Kimberly Magna Hodes, and I live at 550 Hines, and we had a really strange thing happen yesterday. And so he knew Felicia. But anyway, we talked, and he just kept drilling me about what I saw and what happened. And the door, right there at the door, there is a camera and there is a security sign on the glass. And when you come up on that porch, the dryer was on and the vent is right there, right, you know, just a few feet from that porch. You can hear it running, because he had me go turn on the dryer and go out there on the porch. And he said bounty hunters or bail bondsmen would not have left. As soon as they heard that dryer, they would know that somebody was in the home, and they only make money if they find who they're looking for. So therefore, they would have kept banging on that door, and they would have asked for somebody to come out and ask for them to get permission to look and see if she lived there, because that was her last known address, according to her family members, because she got put in jail again because she failed to appear because the letter came to this address. Although every bail bondsman knew that she didn't live there anymore, because I made sure. And the police, the marshals, the narcotics people knew she didn't live there. So, it's so crazy when you call all these people and every one of them knows her. But anyway, and so the marshal decided it was a home invasion. He told me that I need to have guns beside my bed, and I need to have a flashlight, and I need to be prepared to protect myself. He said, because I really believe what you had there is when they walked up on the porch and they heard the dryer, they knew somebody was in the house, and they want to come in and get your stuff when you're not home. And you had that camera and the security thing on there, and so therefore they decided to immediately leave. They saw the camera and the logo, and they jumped back in their car and they left. I explained on the bail bondsman, I talked to every one of them, and none of them has an employee that looks like that. And none of them knew any other bail bondsman that had an employee like that. And the narcotics people don't have an employee that's like that. Nor, he said, every one of them says police across there. He said, and if they're bail bondsmen, most of the time they'll have their company name right across the front so that easily you can tell what they are, and that they're not a criminal. And he said that the sheriff's office has green vests or something, and the city cop have black vests, but it says police across it. And that is not what this guy did. He just had on a white vest with some kind of little drawing insignias on the front of it. And he said you can get those online. Yes, ma'am.
I'm finished with the wash. That,
Awesome.
That blue mold that you told me had something on it.
The back of it's just
can't
like,
get it all.
you can't? All right, then just wash it as best as you can and lay it out somewhere. And that's as good as you can get it.
I'm gonna get the second.
Okay.
drink, and can I? Is it okay if I sit down for a
Yes, ma'am. She said, can I take a break? So anyway, so I've actually, according to the cops, they really believe that I have been a victim of a home invasion that got foiled because I was home. And he said I was very smart because every door, because we keep having theft there, we keep having things happen there because of the Felicia person and the things that she was into and the people that she was friends with. So we have got security on every door and every window. So when you open a door, it goes blah, unless we turn it off. And we have like a dinger point. So when we're home, it just goes ding ding. But when we're away, or if we're home like at night, it has a blaring horn on it. Every one of them, all the windows, all the doors. And we have cameras on the inside. The moment there's motion or sound, I get an immediate alert, like a PayPal notification or an email notification, and it goes doo-doo real loud on my phone. And so I told him about all that, and he said, okay. And so he said, well, you're being very, very smart. And he said, the next thing you need to do is you need to go and get a gun, get out to our local gun range, and you need to learn how to protect yourself. And he told me all the laws about defending yourself within your home and what not to do and what not to go outside and try to defend yourself out there, because that's not where you're legally allowed to do it. And he gave me all the rules and everything I need to do. And he's actually scared for us, and so am I now. So that is my story. I thought I was going to be arrested for my hemp, and I actually had people trying to steal from me. But I'm very, very blessed that we bought this system because of the problems. And so we have a little thing. And so whenever we tell it that we're away, we have 2 cameras. And so that one comes in to the living room, and you can turn it long ways, and it gets you the big, and it has this little eye that goes, and then it comes back to normal. And any sound, I can actually speak. I can actually press this button and say, hey, get out of my house. I can do all these things with this app and those 2 cameras. And we're going to go buy some more cameras, and we're going to put them outside because a camera at the glass just doesn't get good resolution. I mean, it's there, it halfway sort of wobbly sees things, but a camera inside pointed through glass doesn't do well. So we're gonna go get the real ones that mounts on the house, and they're all gonna hook up through the Google Home, which is what that one does. And so that's my story. It was really, really scary, and I'm really glad that that's over and that nothing happened to me and that I'm safe. I'm a little scared to be home now by myself, though. This has been a real tribulation, this whole thing in this house, and I really felt like that I should make a home there because it's such a beautiful place and it's a beautiful home. And I've made this house into exactly what I want out of a home. I'm almost done with it, but sometimes I wonder if it would just be safer if we sold it and went somewhere safer. It's just not sure what we're gonna do. But on a happy note, we have ourselves some CBD classes coming up. Next week, I'm going to be putting the kits together and mailing those out as soon as I perfect that freaking vegan recipe. And let me show. Hey! Would you bring me one of those trays of those weird vegan? Yeah.
Yeah, the grainy.
What do we call those things?
Grainy.
Grainy. I got to get the graininess out of it. I got to perfect it, because if it wasn't for what's going on right now with these vegan ones, look, watch this.
Some of the
They're pretty.
they are really pretty, but some of like that, like the excess. When I was washing the dishes, it was coming off of the stuff, and like I'd pick it up out of the sink, and it was clear, like it's lost all of that color.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
So, thank you so very much.
Do you want me to take that bowl and wash that out?
Oh yes. But you're on your break right now. You go sit back down.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
And we'll send you off with a free bath bomb today. But you have to officially test it and tell us what you think of it. And how is the pain?
It's a little bit better.
What percentage?
Probably like 30% better.
30% better. You should get another one.
Are you sure?
Yes. Here, get you a couple more. There you go. All right. All my pain's gone. All that soreness that was going, but I haven't been working. I've been over there, working, but I haven't been hanging
I have
over
to
a
punch
sink
over
in
that.
hell, in soap hell, right?
I
Hey.
have to punch over that sink because I'm short.
Yes, we made that thing tall because Bridget has a bad back so that she could reach in
Yeah.
without having to tilt down too low. We
Yeah.
actually rose it up off the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
Has that been bad for you?
It's not too bad. Like I have back problems anyways because like I embroider and I sit like this with my embroidery.
Yeah.
I sit like this when I read. I don't have good posture in general.
She has bad posture. She says, I didn't know if you could hear her over there. Anyway, I've been sitting here breaking this thing apart. See, look, it's grainy. And it tastes really good. But the texture sucks. So, we're going to make it better. We're going to figure out how to do it better. I know, right? Let me hand you some. Anyway, whenever I get through with this vegan recipe, we're going to have class. And so, I want to be able, during the class, to give you a vegan recipe, a low sugar recipe, a no sugar added recipe, and a sugar recipe. The vegan recipe is really giving me a hard time. So I'm not sure I can do a sugar-free vegan. But then I don't think vegans like the products that makes it sugar, no sugar added, but they do like the products, that's like a healthy sugar. So that's the kind of vegan recipe it's going to be anyway. It's not going to have cane sugar in it anyway. All right. So I want you to all send me some positive energies and be praying for me in whatever way or religion that you participate in, because I'm telling you, I know I smile, but when I'm at home alone now, I'm a little bit scared. And I just still see that man standing there straightening his vest. By the way, the cops say that they already have them on before they get there, that only a robber would be putting his vest on in my front yard. But anyway, so I want you to please do that for me. And then if you would like to join our club, it's only $4.99 a month. We also have a one-time yearly fee, and you do get a lot for your money, because all your classes you get a discount on, and you get a free class every month. You don't have to pay for it all, and none of our classes have ever been under, I think, $40 or $20 a piece, and those that are $20 are 2-week classes, but they'll be short, and we'll do half of it here and half of it there. So you get that free class, and we love you. And we can't wait for you to join the inner sanctum. But make sure you fill out your form and send your receipt. All right. Or Hillary will get me.